Okay, this is back for a February garden update video. Although I am cheating a little bit because it's the first week of March, just because we had loads and loads of stuff going on. But yeah, it's such a nice day. I think it's 17 degrees here and there's not a cloud in the sky, which makes change. So in here you can see the buds are starting to come out on our acer a little bit. I need to plant that soon. And then our blueberries are getting some leaves on them now, which is good. I need to weed them out a bit. We've got some other bits and bobs growing down there. We've got some pea shoots down here. And some more plants here and small ones at the front. Our trellis, which was covering the water tank, got blown down in a storm, so I need to get that put back up, or maybe something a bit nicer to cover that area. And we've got some flowers and bits and bobs down here too. Oh, and of course, first day of the year with the hammock out, which is always nice. And the roses are starting to come out now a bit more too, which is nice. In terms of things that's happening in the garden, we've got obviously Rudolph's very happy for starters. Aren't you? Happy boy. All our daffodils are starting to come out now, which is nice. It feels like spring's in the air. Start of the buds are coming up on the apple trees and the pear trees. The rhubarbs seem to be slower than other people's, but they're all coming up. I did have some planted here, but they haven't survived, I guess, over winter. So I'll plant some more in that little gap this year. I know I could split them, and I should split them, but sometimes it's just quicker to buy some. And then our raspberries are starting to flower too, which is nice. I didn't pick the top of them off like I said I was going to, and then I left it too late to cut them down low, so it's sort of gone for like a knee height length across the board. Nothing's planted in this one yet. And then we've got strawberries in this bed. I'm going to keep strawberries again here for this year, and then I've got some netting to replace up there. Normally we go for like a hemp netting, but it's not usable after 1 year, so we've gone for more of a plastic. I think it's polyurethane, something like that, this year. And this is our plum tree. Last year was the first year since we moved here where we've actually got 2 plums on it, and they're really nice. I think it's a Victoria plum tree. What do you think, Rudolph? I think it's Victoria. Yeah, I think it's Victoria, but I noticed last year we were getting a lot of pigeons landing on it, and they were pecking it, and I think maybe that's one of the reasons why it didn't do so well. So I've got some, like a big fruit netting for it, and then I had that on actually for a week, and it seemed to scare them off, and they haven't come back again yet. So hopefully that's then done. We'll plant pumpkin again here this year. I'm not sure about this bit. Maybe put some perennials or something. And then we've got the green gage is starting to come out with all the buds. And this is one of our pear trees. It's starting to come out too. And then we've got the horses back in the field again now, which is always nice to see. And we've got some eggs for sale. I only put a dozen out at the moment because there's still quite a lot of people in the village who are buying a dozen from us every week, which is always nice. Yeah, I built an honesty box. I think I've got a video of it on here. A while back, thinking that we're going to sell a load of produce on it, and then as soon as we built it, we've had quite a lot of neighbours say they wanted vegetables or fruit or eggs every week. So I just go around and drop them off to them. It's always nice. Yeah, another part of the pear tree. You can see it's starting to, early days of the fruiting. I think last time we had blossom everywhere on all the fruit trees. I think it was around May time. Yeah, I think it's about May time. And then we've got the Christmas tree, which is getting bigger and bigger every single day, I swear. That was so small when we moved here. It was like knee height. I think our plan is probably, we'll get permission, I think, to cut those trees back a bit, the branches. And then when this tree grows up, we'll put lots of nice lights on it for Christmas. The Katie's apple tree is starting to flower too. And then some of these hornbeam, are getting really tall, and they're actually touching the Asian pear tree now. So I'm probably gonna, I think possibly cut back this branch here, because I don't know if you can see, but it's quite split up there. Not to mention that it's hanging kind of over the pathway in the road. And then our cherry tree has got loads of little buds all over it. Again, this one, we had loads of cherries on it last year, but just before they got ripe, a bird came along and ate them all. So I'm gonna put a fruit net on that one too, probably in the next month or so. No change back here. Still need to sort out a log splitter. So I can't be bothered to axe them all up, those logs. And I need to go around, do some weed killing soon. Do a little spray, because these have all shut up in the last 2 weeks. Loads of weed popped up. IBC tank's full over there from all the rain we've had. That's our hot lips. It's pretty dead at the moment. I'm sure it'll start to fruit soon. And then I've got the guys from the worktop company coming in any minute now, actually, to fit that in the sink. Rudolph, get back here. Wait there. Wait there, Rudolph. So I'll show you what it looks like at the moment here. Probably a lot's changed since the last time I showed you. I need to give it a tidy up. So I'm still waiting on, put on 0.5. I'm still waiting on the handles to be put on from the joiner. That's just moisture resistant board, that's spare. And same with the loft boarding, that's spare. This was the, I don't know if you remember, this was the original oak vanity unit thing for the bathroom that I had, but it was too big. Some people were saying, who a tradesman was saying, that I could probably pay a carpenter to make it smaller. Sounds like a lot of effort. So I'm going to save this one for the coach house when that's built, because it is a nice unit. Yeah, save that for the coach house. And then I've got another one, which I'll show you in a second. And then here is what it looks like so far with the kitchen. And I need a bit of a tidy up in here. And that's the little fridge with a freezer above it. This was from DIY Kitchens, and I've been really impressed with it. It's really good quality. Everything's got soft close, finishing and shut, which is always nice. So worktop's going on. That's the tap we're fitting on it, and the sink. I'll show you it on the same video because that's getting done today. And then this back bit around here, that's getting, my tile is coming back using the same tiles, just going around there, and I'll probably go to the top of those plug sockets, and then I'll just neaten it up under there a bit. But yeah, it's nice. That's gonna have a shelf in it, and then over here, and then we're gonna have coffee machines, toasters, microwaves, all that kind of stuff. And then this radiator and the one in the bathroom, I'm gonna replace with hopefully some nice like brass or copper ones. Some of the ones that I wanted that are really nice, they're too big, because when this drawer comes out, obviously it's not much space, but I just think that looks a bit ugly. And then we also need to furnish in here. That's just spare wood over there. Need to furnish in here, and we've got some white wooden blinds going up on this bit for a bit more privacy. And then the kitchen, or the bathroom rather, is looking really smart now. So obviously this unit was much better than that one. I'm going for the brassy sort of copper theme in here. That bit down there is just where the water stopcock is. There's no point putting it back together just yet until it's all finished. And then obviously we're going to get a nice coppery brass towel radiator thing up there. Yeah, so it's nice. I'm pretty pleased with it. And then obviously that gives you much more space to get in. And I need to paint the attic hatch, which has been installed. Still got this shower drain issue, but waiting for the cash settlement to come through on that. And hopefully, once the cash settlement's through, I just need to sort the drain issue out, whatever's left of that. And then possibly change this back door. Oh, and then the pipe works will be blocked in. Don't know if you remember from the old video, but that was all exposed, so that's been blocked all in. So yeah, it's getting there. It's looking much better, much smarter. And then it won't be long all on Airbnb, hopefully, which will be nice. I'll take you up. Can't believe what a nice day it is. Got some little plants planted down there. This door I'm going to not replace, but refurb. It's just had paint on paint on paint with all of it, and the framework's pretty bad, so I'm probably going to get some kind of wood filler, neaten up the frames. I'm thinking of going for like a dark green, maybe like an obsidian green. Paint, maybe getting a nicer cat flap, even though it's defunct for now. It's all closed up on the other side. And then maybe like a brass letterbox. Taking off this or putting a nice light switch on and a nicer looking doorbell. I think it'll look really smart. I'll send you a picture of what right now what it will look like. Still haven't done anything with the well. And then out here, and it's Rudolph, very keen, thinks he's missing out. I was toying with the idea of putting some kind of patio thing across the whole of this area, so it's like a nice little garden area, because it is a sun trap out here. But I think because I need the lorries to go past for the oil deliveries, I think what I'll do is when I take these two sheds out, which will be very soon, I might put like a curved seating area there and sort of put some kind of privacy bit across here. And I'll redo these slabs that have been smashed up. But yeah, I was going to take these down soon, but I think that I think I'll keep them for the meantime, because I have got stuff in there like fencing and panels and paints and stuff. So I think I'll keep those until the garage is built. Speaking of which, the garage permission finally got approval. I've got the green light on the exact build I wanted, which is fantastic. So that's going to be going here. This section here is going to have a patio area. I might put a hot tub down at the back, so it'll be like an eating area, and sort of a bit of outside socializing area. Then there'll be a gravel driveway curved around this way, and I'm gonna have to change the gates, because otherwise they're gonna look really weird, because it's gonna probably be blocked. I imagine it's gonna come out to about here or so. So I'm thinking of putting the gates down the middle here, and then curving a bed of perennials and having a pathway through that, and maybe putting a pond on the left, like a little water feature, because we don't have any water at the house. That's like a bird kind of feature for insects and wildlife and whatnot. So I think that'd be nice. And then that old tree stump's basically turning to mush. So yeah, leave that there. So I'll put some pictures in of what it's going to look like, and I'll show you what the original approval was for it. So originally we're going to go for a oak framed garage with accommodation above it, but they said it was too high, too dominant, it didn't blend in with the character of the site, etc. And then we got told that the height was only allowed to be 4 meters, which isn't that high. And it was only going to be approved for a 4-car single-story garage with no accommodation on it. And then with some planning agents and architects, really good architects, we've come up with a design which allows a ground floor annex with a story above it and a 3-car garage bay instead of the 4-car. But I'm going to build the whole thing with all the services hooked up into the substructure, radon protection, insulation in the walls and the roof, and plastering throughout. So it's going to be really high spec, and give us a lot of optionality and flexibility for the future, which will be nice. And then on this side we'll have a huge big log store off this way, and then underground here I'm going to dig out space with a substructure to put a 15 or 20,000 litre water tank, so we can basically collect the water off the whole of the building via the gutters, chuck it straight into that, and when it's full switch it back so it goes into the soakways. And then this will give us enough this will give us enough grey water to use not only for connecting up with a submersible pump and using an irrigation for the vegetable garden, but also use it for the toilet flushing, the washing machines, all that kind of stuff internally in the house. And then I might look at getting some kind of water filtration system going down the line too. So yeah, basically the plan would be to go underground here and then separate into the middle and have 3 rows of water drip fed irrigation that would come out the rainwater tank. And then I can put this on a timer, and I won't have to spend time watering it, but we could also go away on holiday and know that the garden's all getting watered. We've got another vegetable cage here that we got recently. I need to neaten this one up. But before we had some rocks, these ones with mesh on top of it, and I think that was too low and it wasn't letting the strawberries grow. But last year all the birds were getting underneath it and they were just eating all our strawberries. So I think we only planted 2 rows here last time and they've just spread out. And then we're going to put some runner beans on the end. A chicken, this one's poorly, so she's recovering in there. And then the others are all down here. And then we just changed up the run a bit just to mix it up a bit for them. Nothing new with the back. Still got all the, you can see how muddy it is down here. Still got all the wood down there, which I'll move back over into the log store over this way soon. You can see how muddy this is. That's the other thing I was going to do. I'm going to get some MOT type 1, I think it's called hardcore. So basically I'm going to strip out all this bark, because this lasts for a year and then it goes to this, and the more you walk over it the worse it gets. So I'm going to get some hardcore, maybe a whacker plate, go down through it all, and then I'm going to put some red angular gravel across all of it. I think that will look so much nicer with all the brickwork and with the new building going there. I just think it would look a lot nicer, and it won't be so muddy, and it'll be more usable in winter. Especially now Violet's going out there quite a lot. She likes playing in the mud, and I think it'd be better if it's gravel. I think I spoke about this before on last month's video. I think we had like a heritage building company here the other day, and he thinks it's something called blue Dias or blue Rias, blue Lias, I don't know, something like that. But you can see where originally it would have gone onto this one, and then it would have curved around towards the stables. So it would have kept the courtyard and a nice clean service area. So basically you can see it when it rains actually. I might have a video of it. But when it rains there, it comes, either goes straight into the soakways, into the drain out to the septic tank, or it comes all the way down here and just runs off to the dirty area, which would have been the, I can see the farmers in the field, obviously starting their ploughing. It's like a tank, that one. And then we've got our roses starting to come out. Some of the other flowers are coming out too, which are nice. I'm not sure what these are. I still got some, these are voles, and I had issues with them last year on the lawn over that side. But the way to get rid of them is you put sharp sand in there, and they don't like the sand or whatever's in there, so they just leave basically. The cherry tree blossoms coming out up here. And then we planted the strong Annabelles. We got them from Sarah Raven. So we planted them all the way down this side and all the way down this side. So that'd be nice once they start growing. And then this is our medlar tree, I think it is. It was quince. That's it, but I'm not sure if it's fruiting or not. And then down here we've had some quotes, well, I'm waiting for quotes actually, coming through to repoint all this. So interestingly, when the heritage builders came over, they said that the chips down here that you can see in the brickwork, they just hit that with axe. So that's how they got the render to stick to stones. I thought it was something more interesting than that. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. So I think so they were saying basically you can get a DOFF system to pressure wash this all off, and that'll give you an idea of what it would look like. And then you can see the quality of the brickwork. So he was saying it might make sense to pay someone for a morning to come and do part of it, to see if you're happy with that. Or render it. Because part of me, I know lime render is breathable, so it's not an issue with that. But then part of me thinks it'd look nice with brick. It shows more about the history of the house and how it's built. Anyway, once the scaffolding's up, we're going to get the, as you can see up there, big old hole from where they had the wisteria growing through it. And this one up here. Once the scaffolding's up, we're going to get the fascia boards redone. And I'd be tempted to switch the guttering to cast iron, how it should be. Same with the downpipe. Oh, and yeah, when the guys are around too, we're looking at renovating this. So I've got listed building consent now to do this, which took a while. I don't want to do it in summer because the roses are really nice, so I'll probably do it in winter once I die back a bit. But they were saying they could get one of their builders to come along and remove all this iron veranda as in sections. They'd strip it back to the original and then repaint it black, because you can see up here it's just been painted and painted and painted over and over again. But interestingly, I didn't think about this, but up here there's been a stainless steel frame put in at some point. This is the bit with red oxide on. So the frame I'd leave in place, take off the iron veranda, get that to be stripped back, and then blast the stainless steel frame back and repaint that. And then instead of chipboard underneath there, we're going to put like Douglas fir boards, which look really smart, and then lead line the roof. I tried to find roofers that specialise in copper, but I think there was one company in the UK in Liverpool that did it, and they look like they did temples and stuff. It's just so hard finding builders that specialise in copper. But lead ones are a dime a dozen, and lead does look smart, and lead probably is historically accurate. The other thing I know is that, get back, Rudolph. The other thing, copper, is that it's going to stand out so much that I think it's just going to get nicked. I know lead's pretty sketchy anyway, as it's high risk, but copper's going to stand out like a sore thumb. And the other thing is we've got a lot of lead flashing around chimneys anyway, and around some of the gables on the house, so I just think it would probably tie in a bit better. But yeah, I mean, I think this month has been the first month in a long time where all these projects I've been working on are coming to the very end. I mean, like the garage building, for instance, from when I first applied to that to when I've got the planning approved has been 2.5 years now. 2.5 years of meetings, site visits, speaking with planning agents, architects, structural engineers, everything like that. And then I'm still waiting for the technical drawings and some other kind of drawings on floor plans and things like that. And then there's probably gonna be some more amendments. I've got told it's gonna be another 2 months, and then it will go out to tender with the architects. And once it goes out to tender, then I select builders and we can start the building work. But I reckon, I think I'll be really lucky to get the substructure in place by Q3 or Q4. And then probably next stage, I'm guessing 2027, and probably final touches inside maybe 28. That's my plan. So yeah, it's funny that even when you've got sort of funds allocated for things, there's still a long process with things. I mean, it still takes years to do, even if funds aren't the matter. But yeah, it's all a learning curve. Learned a lot throughout the process. And obviously this is months away now. I mean, yeah, I'm guessing probably months away, but after they come today and fit the worktop and sink, I think the only thing left is blinds and shower drain and some decorating. And then it's all done. But yeah, I mean, everything's coming together pretty well. I'm looking forward to it, and no doubt I'm going to have some more projects to work on. But like I said, we're going to get the render looked at. We're going to look at the veranda at the front, of redoing that. There's some roofing work with some lead valleys that we're looking at changing. And then obviously we've got all our vegetables now. So we've got our potatoes chitting in the larder. We've got some onions, got some stuff starting to go into the greenhouse soon. And it's not going to be long before growing season takes over. And that'll probably be pretty time consuming. And then, yeah, I think like I said last month, I think going forwards, I'm probably going to take on less number of projects and just focus on getting one done at a time. Because these last sort of 2.5 years has been like 7 or 8 really big projects that have taken up like a lot of time and mental bandwidth. So I think main goals at the moment: finish off the bakery, finish off the coach house building, neaten up the vegetable garden with the gravel, do some work on the house internally and externally, and then probably just spending more time with Violet and Jess, enjoying life a bit more, working less, even less than I do, and then yeah, probably look at just traveling more of the UK. We've got some breaks booked in mind. We're going to go to Lake District soon, Cotswolds again, North Norfolk, and I'd really like to do Scotland, but I'm not sure when yet of fitting that in. And then we've got some European holidays booked in soon too. I've just come back from Vegas. So yeah, lots of traveling and lots of housework. And then the other thing is getting back into health and fitness again, because I put that on the back burner for too long, and I do enjoy it when I get into it, but I just find it's the first thing that I bin off as soon as other things are stressful or time consuming. But yeah, I'll throw in some videos now of probably what the worktop looks like, because that's getting done I think any hour now, and the new sink, and then I'll chuck in some other videos of what I've been up to over February, and hopefully next month when I check in at the end of March, which is my birthday month too, there'll be a lot more progress and life in the garden. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and if there's anything you want to see more in particular, then let me know and we can get some more videos of that. And I'm going to do, because my blueberry cuttings I did last time, they failed, so I'm going to wait until May or June time and do some blueberry cuttings and also some rose cuttings from the front. Yeah, I think that's all. That's all finished now.
Yeah, Christmas. Christmas. That's not different.
Hey, Violet.
We shouldn't let Rudolph around there anymore.
Hello, little one.